Thank you so much for, I know we can all show them again how grateful we are that they came up here and told us their story. It can't be easy. This year, as we look out and we see the growing popularity of the pro-life movement amongst the youth, of course, it's very invigorating. It gives us great hope, and we love seeing your young faces. But we also really we love the ages of all the we love seeing the faces of all the different ages, and we in particular would like to draw a little just for a moment to draw attention to some of the people in San Francisco who fought for the pro-life movement in the very beginning, when it wasn't popular, when they didn't have support, who went to jail, who did all sorts of things, and who gave us a pro-life movement. And a number of them have gone on to their eternal reward and are meeting all those babies that they fought so hard for. And I just really quickly would like to mention Father Robert Cipriano from San Francisco, David Coit from Sacramento, Vince Walsh from San Francisco, and Maureen Bender, who many of you may know from San Francisco. And for any that I've forgotten, please know that we're thinking of you, we're praying for you, and we're very grateful for their witness and their perseverance. And now we have well, he's a pillar of the Walk for Life, Rev Childress. We called him 9 years ago, and he didn't know who we were, and we didn't know who he was, but we were told we needed an African-American speaker. And so we said, okay, so we'll find one. And boy, did we find one. And so I don't need to introduce him any more than that. So let's give a warm welcome to Rev Childress.
I'm so pleased just to be with you every year. I can't tell you, really, the honor is mine. I am so blessed to be in your presence because I know unquestionably we have a future when I look out from over this podium and see these faces. And we are united together as one until the job is done and thereafter. I got a call from the Washington Post, who doesn't care too much for your pro-life antics, by the way. But I want to say they had the feeling as if you were going away. And they had the feeling as if you were now going to comply to this anti-child administration. And they felt that you were just going to fade away into the background. But I let them know, I said, you have this all out of context. You've seen the wrong things. We're getting ready to take it up to another level. Hallelujah. I told them you haven't seen nothing yet, and it's going to get quite contentious as the days go on because there's still children that are dying in the womb. I was remembered of the last couple of years of Martin Luther King as he talked about the injustices and the crimes of war. And people asked him, why are you speaking out against an unjust war? Why are you calling it an unjust war? Because he said this, I believe in Dante that the hottest places in hell are preserved for those during a moral crisis, a great moral crisis, choose to find a place of neutrality. And he said, therefore, I have to speak because there's injustice in the land, and you have to speak. You have to be bold. Because first of all, if there's a hot place in hell, you're not going to find me there. Because I'm determined to cry aloud and spare not and to lift up my voice for those who have no voice, the defenseless. You know, I shared one time before, but I was reminded of it this fall. I was reminded of the great Saint Telemachus, who rushed down into the arena and placed his body between a fallen gladiator and his opponent to the disdain of Caesar and the crowd, he came with only one message: the killing must stop. I was reminded of that this past fall as I remember the story of how even when he was wounded, his only words were, the killing must stop. And as the fatal blow came down upon him at the sanctioning of Caesar, indeed his last words again were, the killing must stop. We were kind of wounded last November, but the killing must stop. We will continue until the killing must stop. But I really want to bring attention to a Tyrone Woods and a Sean Smith and a Glenn Doherty, that while in Benghazi, they rushed in to save the innocent. They rushed in and they didn't take thought of their lives. I think of it because the administration said to them, you need to stand down. And they said, no, we cannot stand down. We have to disobey the king's command because there's innocent people being killed. And if I perish, I perish. Hey! And those lives in Benghazi, or remember, should be remembered and a reminder to us that the administration doesn't always have it right. It should be a reminder to us because the administration told the Egyptian midwives to stand down. They told Moses to stand down. Yes, they told Jesus to stand down. But there was innocent lives that needed to be saved. There was innocent lives that needed to be delivered. And you have to send a message to this administration. Yeah. We will not stand down. We will not stand down. We will not stand down. And truth crushed the earth will rise. And in the spirit of their sacrifice, in the spirit of so many here that have sacrificed down through the years, is rising up as Walk for Life San Francisco. It's rising up as Silent No More. It's rising up as Issues for Life Oakland and L.E.A.R.N and BlackGenocide.org. It's rising up. Truth is rising up. Oh, yes. And you are the picture of that truth in this day, and we need not draw back. We will never draw back. We will not draw back till every child is free. And remember, God does his best work when there's a Pharaoh in the land that will not let his children go. God does his best work when there's a Caesar oppressing the son. Hallelujah. And when they thought he would stand down, he did one thing. He rose again. The pro-life movement will always rise. The pro-life movement will prevail. The pro-life movement is here to stay till every child in the womb is free. And I rejoice with you today. I'm excited about the next few years. I'm looking forward to the battle and the struggle. So God richly bless you. Martin said this: silence is a sign, and there comes a time when your silence means betrayal. I will not betray the unborn. How can I ever look at my people again and see mothers who are struggling over a past indiscretion, to see our sons and our daughters who have made indiscretions and are in pain over their loss, or to the parents who think about the children that should have been here and are in grief. I can look at them and let them know there is forgiveness, but as he said, go and sin no more, but there's somebody else that needs to hear your message. Silence is betrayal. I will never be silent. You will never be silent. And lastly and fully, we will not stand down. God bless you.